Welcome to a thrilling tale of exploration and discovery. Today, we are embarking on a journey through history as we explore one of the greatest mysteries of all time, the search for the lost city of gold. Our story begins in the early 1500s, when Spanish conquistadors arrived in the Americas in search of riches and glory. One of the most famous of these conquistadors was Francisco Pizarro, who would ultimately lead an expedition in search of the legendary city of gold, El Dorado. El Dorado was said to be a city filled with gold, a place where the streets were paved with the precious metal and the buildings were adorned with jewels. It was a place of untold wealth, and the Spanish were determined to find it. Pizarro and his men began their journey in 1524, setting out from Panama with a force of over 100 men. They traveled through the dense jungles of South America, facing dangerous animals, treacherous terrain, and hostile tribes. As they journeyed deeper into the jungle, they heard stories of a powerful and wealthy Inca empire ruled by a great emperor named Atahualpa. Pizarro and his men were eager to conquer this empire and claim its riches for themselves. They eventually reached the Inca capital of Cuzco, where they were met with resistance from the Inca people. However, Pizarro and his men were able to capture and hold Atahualpa for ransom, demanding a vast amount of gold and silver in exchange for his release. The Inca people delivered the ransom, but Pizarro was not satisfied. He continued to search for El Dorado, convinced that it was somewhere in the region. He sent expeditions in every direction, looking for any sign of the fabled city. One of these expeditions was led by a man named Gonzalo Pizarro, Francisco's own half-brother. Gonzalo and his men journeyed down the Amazon River, facing deadly creatures, disease, and starvation. Despite the hardships, they pressed on, driven by the promise of untold riches. Finally, after months of traveling, they came across a powerful tribe that possessed large quantities of gold. Excited by this discovery, Gonzalo and his men questioned the tribe, hoping to learn the location of El Dorado. But the tribe refused to reveal the location of the city, and Gonzalo was forced to abandon his search. The quest for El Dorado continued for centuries, with countless explorers and adventurers seeking to find the lost city of gold. Some were driven by greed, while others were simply fascinated by the idea of such a place. Ultimately, however, the search proved fruitless. El Dorado remained an elusive and mysterious legend, a tantalizing dream that was never realized. But the legacy of the search for El Dorado lives on, inspiring generations of explorers and adventurers to push the limits of human knowledge and discovery. And who knows, perhaps one day someone will finally uncover the truth behind the legend of the lost city of gold.